Postmates won't stop ringing my doorbell when I order it. All that happens is I fucking put up a sign that says, "Don't ring the doorbell, please. Baby is sleeping." And they fucking show up. And there's no way they don't see the sign. And they fucking ring a doorbell. I know why. Oh, wait, no. So here's what actually happened. I fucking put in the Postmates thing, "Please don't ring the doorbell. A baby is sleeping." They don't read the notes on Postmates, apparently. And I can say that now because they're not sponsors of this show. Uber Eats drivers read the notes. I write in Uber Eats, "Hey guys, please don't ring the doorbell. Have a toddler." And every time, I don't even know who delivers the food. It's like a goddamn ninja works for Uber Eats. Sometimes I'm just like, I hear, tick, 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 tick. I'm like, oh, the food's here. Oh, what the fuck? The food's here, dude. I think I just saw a flash of a sword getting in a fucking Prius. I saw a fucking Uber driver, or an Uber Eats guy with a dope car today. It was weird as fuck. This pandemic's getting to everybody. Anyway, so I get so sick of this, and when your boy gets pissed, he works on it, and he's been working on it, and he's been in therapy for it over the last bunch of months, and he's trying to not get pissed because he learned that anger is a huge reason for why he is the way that he is, and he wants to just be chilling. He wants to be sweet. And Kristin says, "Be nice." And I say, "You know what? You're right." But when I say, "You know what? You're right," I feel heat bubbling in my chest. So I got to get rid of that. So I talked to my therapist about it, and I try to be good about it. But this Postmates thing, it happens every time. Postmates shows up, ding dong, 11. I tell, dude, ding dong, 11 p.m. Good thing my baby sleeps like a rock. So I say, you know what? I'm leaving a fucking note. I'll show it on the podcast. But I wrote a note on half of a paper towel with a Sharpie, and the note was crinkled up. And I wrote, "Leave food," with an arrow under it. And then next to that, I wrote, "No ring." Like a fucking, I mean, it's on a paper towel with a Sharpie that's running out of ink, and it's spelled like a fucking Japanese guy trying to learn English. "Leave food, no ring. Leave food, no ring." So I fucking put it there, and Kristin opens the door for something else during the day, and she comes back, and when she comes back, she looks at me like it's raining tomato soup cans outside. And I say, "What's going on?" And she goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, "This is about the cheating?" And she's like, "No, this is about the fucking this." And she shows me the thing, and it looks like a fucking ransom note. And she says, "This can't be on our front door." And I say, "Why not? It's fucking to the point. It's succinct." And she says, "Because it looks like a fucking ransom note." And I say, "Well, what the fuck? Who cares?" And she says, "I care." Which is something that I just won't ever understand. Who cares? It's just a sign. Dude, she ordered one on Amazon that says like, she was like not mad, but she was like, you can't have this. You have to talk nice to people. I'm like, even it's a sign. She's like, even on a sign, you can't just say "leave food, no ring." They're gonna be like, "Oh, the biggest jackass of all time lives at the fucking." It looks like it's on toilet paper, to be honest. It's just no respect. And I'm like, they're not showing me fucking respect. Dude, I come from a family. Do you understand? I come from a family. My dad's great uncle used to go to this drugstore and get his medication. And every time the guy went into the back room to get the medication, my uncle stole something. A little piece of thing, whatever it was, 99 cents. It was probably 4 cents back then because it was fucking the year 1290 or however old it was when my dad had a fucking great grandpa or a great uncle. And one day, my grandpa went in, his brother, that guy's brother. And he said, "Listen," the drugstore guy said, "Listen." And my dad told me this story when I was a kid. He said, "Listen to this, to my grandpa, my dad's dad. Your brother, you know, he's I know he's getting older, and it doesn't really bother me, and I don't want to bring it up to him because he's never really stealing anything big. But I know every time I go back to get his pills, he takes something from the store, and I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but could you maybe just talk to him and get him to stop doing it? This was back in the fucking 40s or whatever. This is when people used to just be like, hey, let's work it out on our own, you know? Hey, look, I know you're stealing from me, but you talk to him and you talk to the other guy. It's a real Italian thing. How about you talk to him and he'd talk, you have a sit down. You two sit down. You get Jimmy to talk to him, and then Paulie will come in and you talk. You have a good time. Carmine's there. He'll give you his blessing, and nobody be stealing from anybody. I could give him his pills. You understand? I'm going to have to fucking throw him out. So my Grandpa Bam, used to call him because he used to be skinny like a bamboo stick, which he wasn't by the time I was alive, but goes and he talks to his brother, my dad's great uncle. And he says, now remember, my dad told me this when I was a kid. And he says, hey, I got to talk to you. And my grandpa's brother, I forget his name, but he says, yeah. And Bam says, you know, I was at the drugstore, and the guy knows you're stealing from him. And he doesn't want you to do it anymore. And that's all. So if you could just do it, you know, for me. And my dad's great uncle says, yeah, I know he knows. And my grandpa says, huh? And he says, I know he knows. And he says, well, if you know he knows, why do you do it? And he said, that's why I do it. His prices are ridiculous. He's robbing me. So whenever he goes back to get my pills that I have to pay high price for, I take a little something so it's even. That was the inception of That was the inception, dude. That was the fucking four of them just sitting in a van going backwards into the fucking that lake bed in the movie with fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. My grandpa was Leonardo DiCaprio and my fucking great uncle was Tom Hardy. And then my dad was the Asian guy, and then whoever else was the fuck in it, we always forget. And they were just, it was the inception, dude. And he's like, my dad told me that when I was fucking like 10. So my point is, Postmates, he's going to ring the doorbell. He's not going to listen to the note on the app. He's going to get a half-assed note on some fucking shit paper with a half-used Sharpie written like a fucking Japanese. That's what you're going to get. I'm not fucking, what am I going to do? Have a streamer and a parade and a fucking, no. You fuck with me, you get a dirty sign. So I tell this to Kristin, and she says, oh, you're a crazy person. But I'm not, dude. Tit for tat. Anyway, we now have a really nice, flowery, frilly fucking sign that we got from Amazon Prime, and it looks stupid in front of the doorway, and it says, please, on it, and then don't ring the doorbell. We have a sleeping baby. So, I'm a bitch. And that's the fucking story, dude. She's taking liberties. It's my song now, dude.